Hey, welcome back to the Corbellic Studios. I'm Corbellic. Today we're going to be doing another walkthrough painting. This one's going to be on a little bit larger canvas than normal. It's 16 by 20 inch. I love doing these type of canvases right here because I'm more of a physical artist and it gives me room to just make the marks that I want to do instead of trying to really hone in to be, detailed. But so that's one of the advice that I want to give. If you feel like you're having a problem with starting off doing the 14 by 11s or the 12 by 16 canvases, then hey, I suggest you do the 16 by 20 canvases. But the only reason I tell most people to start off with that size, because I'm trying to help you save money when it comes to do shipping. When it's shipping time, I'm having you save money just to get going with your business so you can reinvest in the business the week after, but also so that way you're not spending too much time on paint. And a lot of times people who are inexperienced, they'll get overwhelmed with the idea of painting on a larger white canvas. But anybody can do this. I didn't go to art school. I didn't have social media. I don't have Instagram followers and the email list or any of that stuff, at least over the 5 years. I did have Instagram 5, 6 years ago, but I haven't posted anything on there, and I just been selling on eBay. So I sold on eBay 17,000 original pieces of art, just like I'm about to do right now. Without any of that, you can too. And we're just going to have fun right now, pumping out this urban expressionism, maybe even social political to some people, or geopolitical. I don't know. You don't even have to have a side or anything like that. You could just make whatever you want. And what I like to do is create pieces that look like they're more deeper than what they are. So other people's imagination of whatever, however they feel about anything, they can decide and they can go with whatever direction and make it more deep and mystical than what it is. All right. So that's what we're about to do right now. We're about to put on the illusion front, and I can't wait to show you. Let's see what we got. All right, boom. So this is what we're going to be painting with right here. It's going to be like we're going to do some just different colors in the background, just to get like a wash on here, like a watercolor wash. And then here we have like a bull that's standing in front of like a church, a police officer, and a silhouette of kids. I don't know. It doesn't matter though. Let's get this going. I'm using the big brush. This is the, what is this? This is the 1.5 brush, right? And you can see how the water is just wet right now. It's kind of a wet brush. I'm just trying to do that just so I could get in some colors in the background. And it doesn't matter. The reason that I do this is that way when we're working off the principle, it's just going to be easier for me to paint on. One of the other tricks that I do as well, if you want to have some certain type of look, like an abstract, like a really funky look, I'm going to give you some tricks here. All right, let's go in with our blue up here. Like this would be the sky, right? What I could do as well to really give it like a museum look is use your water bottle. If you have a water bottle, so maybe I'll do a dark color, right? For example, like this is the sky. I'll do a dark color. So you see how that's dark, right? What I'll do is take a water bottle. You can get this at the 99-cent store. Get close to it. And then when you do this, you get those drips, right? It gives it that fine art look down there. Now you see the drips. Now we can go down without touching too much of the drips. Get our white, and let's do this area down there. It gives you that professional look because only professional artists are this confident to make marks like that. And you could do it too. Make the drips. And here, actually, let me get in. Like, I guess this is like a dirt mound or something like that over here that the bull is standing on. So let's do that. I don't know. I never know what I'm doing. And that's cool with me. Look at that. That looks good, man. That looks really, really good. Because we're just being abstract, funky expression. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Are you kidding me? This is what people go to art museums for, so they can look at art like this. And really, it's just the person being free with their choices and playing. So let me go in with the white. I want to go in with the white because I can see where the church is kind of at, and I want to touch up on that area. So that way, or something like that. All right, that's fine. That's just a background. We'll add a little bit more colors to the principal, but that's just our background. Now let's just take the heat gun out because it's wet right now. And good thing we work with acrylics and not oil. And we can just dry this bad boy off. So then we can get in there, paint real quick, and we'll be done with it. And then on to the next one. All right, boom. There we go right there. So now we got that mostly dried off. Let's go in and do, I want to start with this, like this hill that this bull is standing on. Let's make it into a little bit of an impressionism, a little bit. So let's get our 1-inch brush. Where are you at? Here you are. A darker brown. Hopefully I can make I think I'll make a new easel or a new palette tonight because this palette is like chalky. And what I mean by that chalky, I mean like it is on its last legs. So that's why I'm really doing these impressionism paintings too. Anytime that you want to have fun with your paintings, do it if your paint is on the last legs, like you need to make a new palette. Just use up all the old paint that you had that you need to get rid of. I mean, my palette's got mold growing on it right now. Those are real painter problems. Those are problems that painters know what I'm talking about. You know you've been painting hard when you got mold growing on your acrylic. Just a little bit. All right, let's make it a little bit lighter. The bottom here. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. I'll leave that for you who overly thinks. I'll let you overly think for me. But me, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know. I was talking about that yesterday in one of my videos that they did a study that the people who are usually the most successful are the people who aren't too bright, I guess I want to say, or too educated. I'm not going to say too bright, but too educated where they're thinking about the right rules all the time and straight A's and school taught me this and conditioned me to be this my whole life and a robot. Instead, the people who are the most successful are the ones who don't overanalyze and they just create. Or I wouldn't say create, they take actions. And then by the time that you're focusing on your plan and you finally got your plan reworked out, that person who might not be as educated as you, they already took action in their life. They already took action in their choices that they were going to do. But you took a longer time because society told you that you had to be so analytical. Does that sound like you, or it sound like a problem? I'm trying to give you permission to get out of that mindset and just do. Look at this. Something like this, right? Like the church people or something. I don't know. All right. So now what I could do, I think there's a cop right here or a police officer. So now I'm going to, and it's like a silhouette, but it's the back of him going up the hill with the bull. I really enjoy doing these. And it doesn't have to be perfect at all. Let's make that a little bit lighter. don't want it to be like black. I don't know. It's fine. It's fine. There we go. There we go, like that. Like this and so. All right, now let me take out the black. Because this is the officer's legs. And his other leg, okay? All right. I mean, since we already have the big brush, let's see, hold on. Let's do his hat. And a silhouette of the back of his head. His hand. Since we have the big brush, which is the 1 inch, let's do our bull. Now, the reason that I'm showing you this as well, why I use the 1 inch a lot, I'm telling you, I know what it's like. So a lot of times when you're sending pictures in the eBay art community, where you're saying you're having certain problems of how to paint faster and how to go through things, I used to have the same problem because I was using a brush that was too small. Just work off of the 1 inch brush, and whatever you see there, just do it in one swipe of confident strokes. And then if you want to go back and touch things up, then you can, but at least start with this so you can have the positive or the confident stroke in there. You're going to see that not only it feels better, but it looks so much better. I was messing up on my early art because I was using the wrong brush. Focus on the 1 inch. You want to paint faster? 1 inch. You don't want to listen to me? Then that's on you. I'm trying to have you save time here. We're making money, right? I don't have any incentive to lie to you or to try to make anything about my style. It's not about me. I've just been there before. I've been in all the steps before. I know all the little tips and tricks and things, how to psychologically paint faster and how to get out of certain time gap blocks and how you feel. I know all of it. I know how it feels. I know where it is. All right. And now we have some kids down here, I believe. But you know what I'm going to do? Who's to say that you can't make a dark sun moon kind of a thing, right? Why does moons or suns always have to be either orange or gray? We'll just put something here like a dark cyan. I think it works for this type of painting anyway, because we're already dealing with that type of color. Now let's do the silhouette of the children. I'm trying to figure out what kind of brush I'll use this one. That's fine. This is the 3/4. This is a ponytail. That's her hand. I'll probably have her hand like she's have a rope or something to the bull. I think that would be appropriate. Look. And then let's have her, she's like running her legs. This is the silhouette. The other leg is right here, running. And then there's another kid right here with his hand out. And it's a silhouette of him. And look, maybe he's holding out to the bull. But you see how loose I'm being with this? I'm being really cavalier. This is like the church steeple, right? Another one right here, the church steeple. Let's put a cross up here. And now for the other details, like when it comes to the church, I'm gonna go in there with a oil pastel. I think it's gonna look better. But right now, let me take out the heat gun again and then dry off this, and then we're almost done. Actually, let's put in a bird right there. Let's put a bird there in red. Like a bird is on top of like a reddish brown bird. It's on top of the bull. And this bird, it symbolizes the equinox's moon when it comes to the third star in the early spring. No, I'm just joking around. On the previous video, I was saying that a lot of times paintings don't have to be any more deep than what they are. On previous video, I was talking about how paintings don't need to be any deeper than what they are. And that some artists, that's their selling point. The solstice spring when it comes to me. And I mean, they really put that stuff on thick too. I know a bunch of artists who do that. And I know these people in real life, and I'm like, hey, whatever the hustle is, I guess. I can't knock it. That's just not my thing, though. The professional artist or whatever, they don't like that I tell you the truth of how the art world is, the art game, and I'm exposing the truth of how art is made. How dare you? You're not supposed to tell people these art secrets who didn't spend hundreds of thousands of dollars in the fine arts of America, the art schools. I thought I was going to go into this with a oil pastel. Since I'm already here with the black 1/2 inch, I'm just going to touch it up like this. It's fine. Look, this is our I love this type of painting style. What do you think this means? If you've seen this painting, what does it mean to you? I mean, we already did a painting before where we called it Church and State. So what would we call this one? Let's put since this is our black hole sun mentioning, let's put that right here. Let's put sun. Okay. Even though, the sun's not black, that's our black hole sun. Black hole sun, won't you come and wash away the rain? Who remembers that? Soundgarden? That was so awesome. In 96. I'm old school. All right. Now I got that song stuck in my head. Let's hit the police officer off with some white. And actually, I had to look at a detail. Let's make the leg like that. And then since we're already here, let's touch in on the details on the bull. So what we're gonna do, I'm just gonna black that back out, put black on it, and then I'm going to dry it out. All right, so we just dried that out a little bit. Let's put on the back of this, not like just police. People have an idea still what it is. Okay, that's fine. All right, let's be careful this time when we do the bull, because we have those colors that's underneath that's still wet. And look, we're just putting in different. Let's put on this one bland. Is that fine? Is that okay? Let's not overcomplicate it now. All right, we're done. I like these paintings, and they do very well if you auction them. They do very well. But let's not make this. Remember, I like to have the markings not be too perfect. So I like to get in the way of things. See what I'm saying? Like, I do stuff like that. That's awesome. That works for me. All right, one last thing. Blue sunshine. Look, we're gonna put some rays coming down on the church. Like a little bit of white. Hold on. That's God coming through right there through the church. Boom. That works for me. Let's put our article on here. Ha! All right. Look at that. Something different. It's something fun that somebody could put up in their home, and it gives them something new to look at every single day. We just did this together. You could do this as well. Let me know what you think about this one. If it's your style, if it's not your style, it's all good either way. So we did this. If you want to learn how to do this yourself, if you want to get the templates, click the link below so you can tap into the free eBay art community and do this yourself. All right, I'm going to see you in the next video. Thanks.